According to a study, the proportion of people who are satisfied with the way things are going in their lives is 0.80. Suppose that a random sample of 100 people is obtained. Simple random sample, I'm sure. Now, being asked that is they're going to give a yes or no answer. So that is qualitative, because the answer they're giving is not a number. Source of variability is it's a random variable because the source of variability is, I believe, the sampling here. Different samples are going to come up with different p-hats dancing around the population value p. So while there could be other sources of bias coming in, other errors, that is not accounted for. Describe a sampling distribution of p-hats. Sample size was 100. We don't know the population size, but I mean, if this were in the United States, for example, with around 330 million, 100 divided by 330 million, you wouldn't see that 3 until the 7th place after right of the decimal point, whereas 5% is 0.05. This is not more than 5% of the population. N times P times the quantity 1 minus P. We had a sample size of 100. The population parameter is 0.8. And 1 minus that is 0.2. That's 16, which is greater than or equal to 10. So between those two things, the sampling distribution is approximately normal, with the mean of p hat being p, and the standard deviation, we would take the square root of p times 1 minus p, so 0.8 times 0.2, divided by the sample size. All of that underneath the square roots, 0.04. What is the probability that the proportion who are satisfied with the way things are going in their life exceeds 0.82? Let's get a z-score, since this is approximately normal. 0.80. So z is score minus mean, x minus mu, or in this case, p. Hat minus p, divided by standard deviation. So score minus mean, p hat minus p. Okay, that's 0.5. And exceeding the table is set up for going to the left, and that would give us 0.6915. Subtracting that from 1 to get the probability of the complementary event going to the right, exceeding 0.3085. Probability that 74 or fewer in the sample are satisfied. Now, the p-value being talked about there is 0.74. So a p hat lower than t, got negative 1.5. That's going to be where we're looking at the first page of the normal distribution table, standard normal distribution. And we're talking about that much or less. So going to the left of negative 1.5, which the table is already set up for, 0.0668. That is not unusual because that is greater than 0.05. It is not less than 5%.